The average spending per guest we hear from American Express is up to $703 per wedding, and millennials are spending even more. It's an average of almost $900 per wedding. And this is, by the way, not for being a groomsman or a bridesmaid. This is just your typical, I'm going to the wedding, picking, chicken or fish, doing, the electric slide, and hanging out.
Seems like I'm seeing more destination weddings as well, probably adding to that.
Yes, that's definitely driving it, is people having destination weddings, which, by the way, are not necessarily these days like where we're all going to Hawaii or Jamaica to hang out and watch a wedding. These are people who are saying, maybe I live in New York City, but my family is from Georgia, so we're going to have our wedding there. It requires travel on a lot of the part of the guests.
We're speaking with Kelly Grant, consumer reporter at CNBC.com. Her piece is called My Big Fat Overgifted Wedding, and it doesn't seem like a wedding is just the one day anymore. It's more like a long wedding event.
Yes, you've hit on one of those big trends, is that idea of this bigger picture wedding where it's not the one event, it's multiple days, multiple events, and that's something that you have to think about, too, if you're in that stage where you've got a lot of people that are getting married. There are also other factors that, we've written about over the years that can really up the cost for guests, things like having it be a black tie affair. Unless you have a tuxedo and formal wear, that means you're either buying or renting something like that. Things as simple as saying, well, we're not going to have kids there. Okay, well, that adds to your babysitting costs, trying to figure that out. There are all these different factors that brides and grooms are not necessarily thinking about, but in the end, as you're a guest, you go, oh my gosh, I'm spending a ton of money to watch these two people get married.
So at the end of the day, you're going to have to pick and choose, unless you want to go bankrupt, which weddings you are going to go to.
You are. It's almost at this point where if you're in that stage of life where you're going to have a bunch of different people getting married throughout the years, try to set yourself an annual budget so that you are, looking at all of these weddings together and saying, all right, whose do I want to prioritize? How many can I afford to go to? And really trying to prioritize your spending within that, too. That, if the wedding is the important thing for you, then, maybe you say, I'm sorry, but I can't make it to the engagement party or the destination bachelorette party or the shower, or I'm getting one gift and here's how I'm splitting up that money, and not trying to do everything for everyone.